Alright, hey guys, remember it was TCG and I'm back with another video. So, Speedroids are finally, well, the new Speedroid cards from Synchro Storm, I think it was called the set, are now in Master Duel, and I wanted to show you guys how I built my deck in Master Duel using this. And if you guys want to let me know if you want to see like how the deck plays, yeah, just let me know about that. But yeah, let's just get started here. So, this is a Speedroid deck. I built it as soon as I got access to the cards. And yeah, I guess I just want to go over each card with you guys so I can kind of break it down, especially if you're just learning how to play Speedroids. It's just a good way to go about it. So here I run 2 copies of the Red Eye Dice. Red Eye Dice is really great. Level Modulator, it's a really good card. That's not even once per turn, so you could just keep on changing the levels. It's a soft once per turn. Well, it's not a once per turn, but it's like a trigger effect on summon, but that makes it inherently once per turn, but it's a soft once per turn in that sense. And yeah, basically you can change the level of whatever Speedroid monster, and it makes it easier to synchro summon into whatever monster you want to go into. Here we have 3 marble machine. So marble machine is great because it lets you search out a Speedroid monster. That's what it's great for. It's just your way of searching out Speedroids. So that's why you want to run 3 copies, as it is like the inferior version of Terratop. But they do combo well together, and there are a lot of combos you can do if you can get Terratop and marble machine. And yeah. So Terratop is a great card. It's limited to 1 because I think it was because it was used in like Burning Abyss and other decks for the rank 3 abuse. But basically, if you control the monsters, you can summon it and you can search out a Speedroid monster. And the main thing you're going to search out is Tekken Tornborg. 3 copies. It's really great. If you control a wind monster, you can just summon it, and you contribute it to special summon a Speedroid tuner for your deck. Its effects are not negated, so their effects goes off. Really good card. Definitely 3 copies in my opinion. 2 then the Daiko. So then the Daiko is just a level 3 tuner, but when he's in the grave, he lets you special summon 1 Speedroid tuner from your hand or grave. Yeah, just great to keep your combos going. And this is a good card to pitch with Ultra Hound. So here we have Card Turbo. So Card Turbo, if you control a Winds monster, you can just summon it out. That's great. It's a level 3 tuner that you can just special summon from your hand. That's really great to have. And then you can banish this card and 1 Speedroid monster for your grave. And all wind monsters you control gain 800 attack. That is a lot more impactful than it may seem. If you just have a few more monsters, if you just have like a few monsters, this can definitely make it where you have game. And it kind of comes out of nowhere, where you just look and you're like, oh yeah, I have Card Turbo in the grave. And it'll just give you access to game. So 3 copies is definitely a must in my opinion. So here I run 2 Ultra Hound. So Ultra Hound is great. Because when it's normal summon, it's basically a Foolish Burial on summon. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, then target 1 Speedroid monster in your grave, shuffle into the deck, and if you do a special summon 1 Speedroid synchro monster from your deck with the same level but with a different name. So this is typically for like later on in the game. Let's say you have a level 4 Speedroid in the grave, you can just send it back, and if you do, you can summon out the level 4, where is he? Puzzle right here. So that's basically like the idea behind it. It's just easier to go into your Cosmic Blazer Dragon. And yeah, here 1 double Yugioh. When this card's normal summon, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your grave, special summon it. Easy. Very useful. Doesn't negate them or anything. The only thing is it's level 3 or lower, so it's a little bit limiting, but it's fine. It works for the main targets that you want, like Terratop and stuff. Yeah, it's just a great card to have a 1 of. 2 Horse Stilts. So I've seen people drop this card, but I really enjoy having this card. When this card is normal summon, it lets you special summon a level 4 or lower Speedroid monster from your hand. And then during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish this card from the grave and then send 1 wind monster from your deck to your grave. So basically, its effect when it's normal summon is not once per turn, which is good to know. Since if you're able to normal summon twice using the link monster, then you're able to use this card twice, and I think that's pretty great, and it becomes a Foolish Burial. I think 2 copies of it is nice. Personally, I enjoy having it in my deck. Fukimodoshi Piper. This card, you don't really want to summon it. It's just mainly if you want to summon it to Tekken Tomborg, as it pretty much lets you excavate. It's a built-in pretty much pot of prosperity, as you can excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of wind monsters, and then add one excavated card from your from those cards to your hand. So it's a built-in pot of prosperity, without the downsides, except that you don't get to search into it as much as the other ones. But if anything, it's just a draw one, and it also has when it's in the grave, it can level modulate. So great to know. Here we got one rubber band plane. So rubber band plane, if a monster is supposed to summon to your field, you can summon this guy out. That's pretty much it. Just another monster I have on the field. Raigeki, pop out monsters, great to have. Monster Reborn, great to have. Speed recovery. So this is similar to Glider Beast's comeback, if you guys have seen that deck profile. Basically, you're just able to bring back a Speedroid. Target one Speedroid monster in your grave, bring it back. That's it. It's not once per turn. So the more copies you have of this, the more you're able to continue your plays. Extremely good card. I think any deck that kind of gets a card like this, where it's just a Monster Reborn for the deck, just makes it extremely consistent and makes you more resistant to like Nibiru's and stuff like that. But yeah, during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish this card from your grave, then target one Speedroid monster in your grave, add it to your hand. So it just gives you more value the next turn. In case they take care of everything, then you're just able to banish this and yeah, still play. Again, a lot of these Speedroid cards just have effects in the grave that let you continue playing even if they take care of the board. So I think they're really great for that. Here, Lightning Storm, just pop the board, especially with since there hasn't been a new ban list or anything announced yet. Outlets is still a problem, so having this is great. Triple Tactics, you don't want them playing during your turn, and if they do, you can punish them for it heavily. So that's great. Speedroid Scratch, send one Speedroid card from your hand to the grave, add one Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. Just a search. It's a search, main way to go into your Terra Top and to go into your Marble Machine, which are like your combo starters. And it lets you pitch a Speedroid card from your hand to the grave. So if you want to ditch Den Daiko, that's a good option, as its effect is relevant when it's in the grave. All of them have, like, not all of them, but a lot of Speedroids have graveyard effects, but not all of them can activate the turn of, and then Daiko can. So 3 copies of Speedroid Scratch for me is great to have, but I can totally see you dropping 2 if you're interested in that. Called by the Grave, you don't want to see hand traps. If they Ash Blossom, Rubber Band Shooter, that could kind of suck sometimes. So Called by the Grave is great to have. 2 copies, you can run it in Master Duel. 3 Speedroid Wheel. This card is really good. Because if they can stop your combo starter, then you can just discard a card and basically summon 2 Speedroids out. And from there you can like Link Summon, or you can Synchro into a monster. I think it's personally a really good card to have. 3 Imperm, just as a hand trap, generic hand trap to have in here. Duplicate is it's great. It's just a way to bounce one of your opponent's monsters if you do get it into your hand. And then if it's if you have it in your grave, you can target 1 level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control, reduces level by 1, and then you can summon this guy out as a tuner. It's just you can summon it as a monster, and from there you can use it to synchro summon. It's great. I think it's very useful to have at least 1 copy of it. Personally, I really enjoy having it in the deck. And yeah, let's just start with the extra deck now. So Martial Metal Marcher, he's like an extender. If this card is synchro summon, you can target 1 tuner in your grave, special summon in defense. So great way to just keep playing. So here we have Cork Shooter. Cork Shooter is amazing. I think he came out in this set. So if this card is synchro summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add 1 Speedroid spell trap from your deck to your hand. So usually you're not going to do that. Typically I don't really do that. I like getting back my material, but if I end up using like a pendulum, if I end up using like Marble Machine or the trap to summon this, then I wouldn't use his effect, obviously, because you can't use it. But being able to get those monsters back is really nice, especially if you can use Red Eye Die. It's just an easier way to go into Hagoida. Yeah, really good card. Puzzle isn't really, his effect isn't too relevant. He can just double its attack, but he's just your way into going into Cosmic Blazer Dragon. And if this card's in your grave, because the Synchro Summon card was sent there from the field this turn, you can target 1 Speedroid monster in your grave, add it to your hand. Again, just value back. Pretty cool card. Chambara, can attack twice. You can use it to like finish your opponent off. Most of the time you're going to be using it to banish. for the Link monster. In order to search out Speedroid cards. Hagoida is amazing. If basically it's just a level 5 non-tuner synchro, which makes it easy to go into Crystal Wing, but you are also able to, if you control a tuner, you can just bring it back. So again, value on value. Here, Stardust Charge Warrior. The ability to draw an extra card is nice, and it's a level 6, which is a different level, in case you need to search for a certain card, like a different card, through the rubber band shooter. So typically you can see that it's just a lot of different levels just to be able to search different things here. Clearwing Synchro. He's cool. I think having one copy of him is nice. He's not extremely relevant at times, but having a level 7 Clearwing is good in case you want to go into Crystal Clearwing Synchro. Yeah. Crystal Wing, really good. Again, you want to get this out as soon as possible, either this or Baron the Floor, to take care of Nibiru. And yeah, this is a great option. Just can negate a monster effect, and if it battles a level 5 or higher, he gains the attack of that monster. Really good card. I run in my physical deck. I actually run 2 copies of this because I can't afford Baron the Floor. But I think here having 1 copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is great. I might consider running 2 though, just because it's so easy to go into in this deck, and having 2 monster negates is pretty nice. Yeah. Here we have Kite Drake. Kite Drake, amazing card. When it's synchro summon, you can destroy either it destroys all cards on the field, which is really good, or it negates the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So yeah, you just negate everything that they control. If they have some sort of monster that can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can just use this to kind of take care of that. Really good card. I think this card is kind of underrated, and I think the design is pretty cool. It's a Drake kite. And yeah, here's a new Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which requires a 1 tuner synchro monster and a non-tuner Clearwing monster. So typically it's going to require 2 synchros. And once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, it becomes immune, and then you can negate a spell or trap. And if the synchro summon card is sent to the grave by an opponent's card, you can add 1 wind monster from your deck to your hand. So it lets you search out into any wind monster from your deck, which is amazing. And giving it immunity is pretty good. Doesn't have a monster effect negate, but I think it's just cool to have into it. And a spell trap negate is great for this deck. So personally, I like it a lot. And the other option here that's a lot easier to go into is Baron the Floor. Baron the Floor can pop a card on summon, and then once while it's on the field, it's an Omni Negate. Pretty great. And then once returned during the standby phase, you can target 1 level 9 or lower monster in your grave, return this card, and special summon it. So it's just a great way to go back into your other monsters here. Here we have Cosmic Blazer Dragon. I like going into this. I think having this, it's fun going out into this card, just because it pretty much can banish itself and stop either your opponent's card or effect, stop a summon, or stop an attack. So I think it's personally really fun to have out in tandem with like a Baron the Floor or just a Crystal Wing. I think it's just a cool card to have, and it's just always going to give you a value. And here, Clearwing Fast Dragon, again, it's just more of the Clearwing name, and it's a level 7, so it's going to be really useful for, what's his name, for Rubber Band Shooter. So typically with I guess I'll go over that right now when I go to Rubber Band Shooter. But yeah, he's just a monster that can make your opponent's monster that was special runs in the extra deck change its attack to 0. So, and negate its effect. So it's pretty nice. You know, typically you're not going to go into it like too much, but it's just nice to have here. To a Rubber Band Shooter, I like running 2 copies just because, you know, you never know. They'll probably get rid of, if they get rid of 1 copy, then you're able to just use another during the rest of the game. But yeah, during your main phase, you can just normal summon again, and then you can banish 1 wind synchro monster from your extra deck, reveal 2 Speedroid monsters with different names from your deck, whose total level is equal to that monster, and then your opponent randomly picks 1 to add to your hand. So the nice thing about this is that if you banish a 7, like Clearwing Fast Dragon, you can go for Terratop and double Yo-Yo. So in this scenario, let's say they give you so the best. Okay, I guess let's say they give you Terratop. Terratop is great. You know, double Yo-Yo is in the grave, which doesn't give you that much value, but having a Terratop is good, as it is your searcher, and you can just normal summon it through the Rubber Band Shooter. So it's great. You know, you get value there. And then let's say you get double yo-yo. Double yo-yo is even better because you can just normal summon double yo-yo and then use double yo-yo to special summon Terratop from the grave. So again, value on value. Depending on what you get, there's one that's better than the other in terms of what you get, but even if you don't get the best result, you still have some plays. So yeah, typically it's about that, just figuring out there's some luck aspect to the deck, but I think that's what makes it fun. And yeah, I personally enjoy this deck a lot. I made this deck in real life for a reason, and I think having it on Master Duel is amazing. I've been waiting for Synchro Storm to have Baron the Floor because I do not own this card in real life, as it's like over $100 right now. But yeah, what do you guys think of this deck profile? What do you guys think of the new update? Yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you want to see like me duel with this deck or combos or anything, and I'll make sure to get on that. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.